Have you ever played gay chicken?
Yes, actually.
You have.
Yeah. It's where one friend his pants are pulled down and you're coming at...
What?
Wait, what is gay chicken?
Gay chicken is where you and another guy grab each other's dicks, and the first person to get a boner loses.
Stop eating my table. The dog is gnawing on the table.
Leave it.
I thought it was when you come at each other with your lips, like you're about to kiss.
I thought it was gay sex, but who looks each other in the eye first loses. That's what I thought it was. Like, you couldn't look at each other in the eyes.
You know, I swear to God, gay chicken's a real game. And it's like you're both coming at each other for a kiss, and whoever pulls away was the loser. But now that I think about it, that...
You're thinking like schoolyard gay chicken probably, where it's just
Definitely.
like a little peck on the lip thing.
But here's the thing.
We're going adult version here.
I mean, both the guys playing it are at least a little curious. And the one that pulls away is the loser? Wouldn't he be the one that's...
It'd
be more like
kissing
it
one.
should be called straight chicken.
That's literally.
You know what I mean? It
it's
should be called straight chicken.
Yeah. The loser ends up. Oh, so the winner kisses. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the winner goes all in.
All in, baby.
Which means when we set that game up,
I ain't a fucking chicken. Okay.
Yeah.
Come here.
And a fucking chicken. Let me put my tongue in your mouth. Have you ever kissed a guy?
I'll prove myself to you. No.
No.
No. Not even my own father, I don't believe.
Oh, you don't Tom Brady with your dad?
No, man, I don't.
You don't sensually kiss your dad for an extended period of time?
No. Have you ever seen that in real life besides...
Gary Vee has a great clip of him kissing his dad on the lips, and it is like half open mouth.
Weird. He like worships his dad too. He talks about him all the time.
It's because he's a great kisser.
Oh my God. I meant like not in videos. Like I can remember going to this like family event with my girlfriend and like family friends or something. And I didn't know them. And they were just hanging, like the father and the son were like hanging out. And what was weird is the son came up and like initiated it. And like came up and like kissed his dad on the lips. And then I'm like watching this whole thing and I'm like, huh? It's like, I've never, like, did you teach them that? Like that's, I don't know, man. I don't.
Were they Italian?
No.
I hear there's a lot of people that defend Gary Vee for making out with his dad. And their defense is always, they're Italian. No, they're incestuous.
Tongue using tongue as Italian? I don't.
I always wondered what the V stood for. Now I know it's Vincest.
Oh, dude, this is quite the journey we're going down already. I knew this would start us off great.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know. As a little kid, probably kissed my dad. I'm sure of it.
Dude,
maybe.
I remember kissing my first girl for sure.
You do?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Tell me about that.
Kindergarten.
Nice.
Literally kindergarten.
How old was she? She was a teacher. She's 24. She said I couldn't tell anyone.
That's funny. I wish, man. I wish I was macking on teachers. No.
Knowing the female teachers at our high school.
Oh! Yeah, I know. No, okay, so, I mean, I don't know. My specific story was me. I kind of had this, like, fling in kindergarten. It was a good fling for a minute there. Maybe even possibly my first love, if you think about it.
I don't have to. It wasn't a love.
Wish I could remember her name.
Because we're not in love.
Oh, I can't. We're just gonna call her Lucy, okay?
All right.
I can't remember her real name. For some reason, like a J is coming to my brain. Remember we were talking about the first letter, I swear.
Yeah.
Anyways, Lucy and I, along with another couple, I can remember it was a whole group of us, like a little mini orgy, kind of. Well, I don't remember if we cross-kissed. I think I was trying to stay steady with this one girl because we were going to get married. But it didn't work out. I think she had to go home. But anyways, all four of us during recess would sneak behind this bush and make out until the teacher caught us.
Did you wear a condom?
I might have a illegitimate son or daughter that I don't know about from when I was in kindergarten.
Dude,
I could have been fertile. You don't know.
This reminds me of. I don't know if you're gonna get it off the initials because I don't want to say the name. The initials are SW though. Person in my grade, and one day, me, him, and our other friend, we had like found a porn. It might have been a DVD. It could have been a VHS. And we were like, "Oh shit, we gotta watch this porn." And in the porn, the dude nuts in her mouth, and SW audibly gasps and says, "That's gonna make her pregnant." And he was so fucking serious.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. I mean, it's kind of weird how I feel like we're the last generation of this, like,
having to find porn.
Yeah, man. Like kids nowadays, they're giving their kids are getting their phones when they're 10 years old or something, man. Like preteen now. I didn't get a phone till I was 16 and it didn't have internet, first of all. So internet phone didn't happen to me till 20s, and I was late to it. I mean, I could have been earlier, but anyways, now kids can just hop on the phone and I imagine just search some shit. I mean, I think even if with parental controls and shit, I bet they can get around some shit, man. Like I really don't think it's too hard for them.
My first phone, I was in grade school. And then I always had access to the internet on a computer. And I remember one time I'm looking at porn in grade school, I'm sure. And parents aren't home. And we had a landline, because you did back not that long ago. And then the phone rings, and I pick up the phone, and it's the internet service provider. And they're just doing a cold call to try to upsell me on something. But I thought, in my little kid brain, they know I'm looking at porn. Because they kept asking for an adult.
You accidentally just charged up a bunch of credit fees or something. Like, that was a free site. I swear. It was free.
They kept asking for an adult, and I kept asking why. Do you need to speak to an adult? And also,
Do I need an ID?
I was also very scared that they were going to go, there's this little kid home alone without parental supervision, and they were going to call CPS.
For sure.
They know
right?
I'm addicted to porn. They know my parents aren't home.
Nobody's taking care of this kid. He's just at home watching porn by himself all day.
I'm going to get taken away, and I'm freaking out. That was it's very scary. One of the most scared I've ever been as a child. Like, I'm internet, fucking ruined.
The internet provider scared the shit out of you. He's just trying to get us some sales, too. Like, we're just trying to upgrade your package, man.
I don't remember my first kiss, but I do remember it was probably my wedding day, honestly.
Which one?
The one of them. I used to, but I remember like very early on, I was infatuated with girls, and I know that I think it was in like first grade. There was this girl named Alex. She was super tall, like maybe the tallest person in the class. and I would chase her around the playground, and sometimes I would catch her.
Gotcha, bitch.
And then I would pin her down,
Maybe you shouldn't explain this.
Maybe I shouldn't tell the story.
Now that I recall it, I was it's very forceful.
You know what? And this is tracking with events that happen later on in life. I realize that this is the start. This is like when you find out the serial killer killed kittens.
Now, your wife's going to watch this later, and now she's like, that's why we have all the leather now.
When I would catch her, I wouldn't know what to do. But it was... so I would let her go, and I'd keep chasing her. Like catch and release. I don't catch and release anymore.
This was early Dexter days, before he knew how to kill.
One day, we were standing in line, and like lines were alphabetical. She happened to be right behind me.
You had to line up alphabetical.
In elementary school, like this is like second grade or something.
That stuck to your memory. Like I remember, I had to line up.
I know it was alphabetical because she was always behind me. That's why it's important. She was always behind me.
Interesting. The last names were correlated.
And she's standing behind me, and she's kicking at my feet. And I think I'm clever, and she goes to kick, and I jump over the foot like. Do something.
Ninja moves. What's
she
up?
Goes to kick again. I jump. She raises her foot, sweeps my legs out from underneath me, and I fall. Like the first thing that makes contact are like my hands and my face all at the same time with the concrete. And obviously this is the girl of my dreams, so I have to be like,
kicked your ass.
Oh, I'm not hurt.
That didn't hurt at all.
Yeah, except. My deepest second grade voice is probably as high as I can go now.
Yeah. It hasn't changed much, really. Yeah.
I had a moment though with her, and we went to a roller skating rink on a class field trip. Okay.
Ooh.
And there was a song playing while we're all skating around the rink.
Romance in the air.
And it was. I don't remember the name of the song, but it goes like, "Come, my lady, come, my lady,
you're my butterfly, sugar, baby."
Yeah. And I look over, and she's skating right next to me, and we lock eyes, okay? And we're both skating side by side, and I look ahead of me, and there was a kid who had fallen down, and he's right in front of me, and I jump. Over the kid. I have no rollerblade experience. This is a class field trip.
And you're not very athletic.
I land, and I fucking skate away unscathed right in front of her.
Wow.
And I'm telling you right now.
What a hero.
My life has been downhill ever since that. I peaked way too early.
Wow.
I wish I never would have had that moment. I wish I would have just let that kid take me out. Then I have something to look forward to in life.
Did you get the girl? I don't know. Is there a good ending to this besides
I transferred
you
schools. Never saw her again.
What's with the use to all that glory and you just throw it away, man?
Yep.
You were probably the most popular kid in school for a while.
Just for a little bit. Did
you see Cody jump that kid?
Dude, he's on X Games mode.
I think he's going pro. I think he's got sponsors already. I can remember, like, besides, like, the kindergarten thing, it really wasn't until third or fourth grade where I kissed another girl. And I feel like at that time, I wasn't really interested. It was more like, I'm doing the whole, like, Pokemon thing. Like, I got to catch Pokemon right now. Like, leave me alone.
Okay.
I'm going to do me,
Yeah.
That was kind of how I was
when you found yourself.
I was really living my life in third or fourth grade, But this chick was, like, all over me, man. Like, just, constantly trying to be with me. And we were in class, and she gave me, like, a note one day saying, like, meet me behind. We were in, like, a external unit dwelling thing in the school. It was, like, a trailer, basically. So, I mean, there's like a big school, but we were in some extra classroom or something. I don't know what was going on that year. And she's like, meet me behind the class after school today. I'm like, okay. And I met her after school, and all she did was like straight up nervous, like come up to me and like peck me on the face, and then she ran away. That's all it was. It was like, and then phew.
That would have activated my predator response, and I would have chased her, and then I would have pinned her down. Oh, she's running? Pupils dilate.
Got a runner. Oh, that's funny, man. I can remember those two being like my first kind of, and then it wasn't until like, later, probably high school or something, where I was actually starting to get into chicks. Like, oh, I want to see what that's like.
I don't remember like my first childhood peck, but I remember like the first makeout. You know what I mean? First makeout sesh.
Ooh.
I was in.
I guess I can remember that one too. Yeah.
I know the house I was in, so I was probably in maybe like 7th or 8th grade. And I was an only child at this time because I was living with my mom. And she had this really like fairly big house, and there was my bedroom and there was this extra bedroom, like a spare room, which I also used as like a kind of a living room. There was a big TV in there and a little couch and my computer.
Sure.
And I'm lying on my bed, and it's in the middle of the night, and like someone starts tapping on my window. Fuck? I am such a skittish little boy, and they're tapping on my window, and I'm freaking the fuck out, and my dog starts barking. And I'm like, just pretend you're asleep. The killer will go away or whatever. Just be sleeping. Be sleeping.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't stop tapping on the window. So finally, like, a burst of courage came, and I sat up quickly in the bed, and I stared at the window. Can't see anything because it's just, like, blackness. The light was on in my room. And I look at the window, and I point at the window, and then I point to the back of my house where my sliding glass door was. And I'm like, if I'm going to die, let's fucking go. And get to the sliding glass door, and I open up right as this girl rounds the corner wearing just a bikini.
This is the start of a porno.
And I'm like...
Well, not the weird part where you're scared. I don't know.
Immediately, they don't. Let me tell you right now. When I saw her walking towards me, I would have rather it been a killer. Because now I'm like, how am I going to explain this to my mother, to anyone? Like, this is unacceptable. I'm too young for this, and it's too late at night, and...
No matter what, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. So she had, like, I don't know, some family situation. Like, she was from a bad house. Like, she had gotten in a fight with a parent, and she got kicked out.
In her bikini?
I think I do actually remember the story, oddly enough. She said that she went, because it was like one of those suburb communities with...
Was she your age, too?
A community pool, yeah.
Interesting.
So she went out to the community pool with her friend. She didn't make it home and like past curfew or whatever. Came back. Her parents yelled at her. She bailed.
Oh, wow.
Showed up at my house because she was my friend.
Oh, okay. So at least, okay.
And then we get into like my living room, and I put on like Half-Baked or something.
Did you give her clothes first?
I did give her clothes, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I gave her
are those clothes wet still?
I gave her clothes. I forced her to sit there in a bikini. Sit still while I look at you.
Now that I have you.
And then she started kissing me, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" I don't
have to chase this one down and
I didn't have to do anything. In fact, I didn't even have to leave my house. It turns out they just come to you. Anyway, I am super scared. And we spent the night in that room, and then the next morning, I heard my mom was up, and I was like, okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, I went into the kitchen where my mom was making coffee or something, and I said, a friend spent the night because she got kicked out of her house.
Ooh, wow, okay.
And
I swear I'm telling the truth, and we didn't make out at all.
We didn't make out at all. At all. In fact, I let her have my living room, and I took my bedroom.
We slept in separate rooms.
That was the first,
That's
make out.
A wild story, man. Dude, that's never happened to me. Or some chicks just showed up and then you look like a savior. Like I'm like.
In high school, a chick showed up in the middle of the night too, and you know this chick, and I'll give you the first initial. You'll figure it out from there. M.
Yeah.
Did I tell you this story? I feel like I've told this story potentially.
I don't think so.
Okay. I remember this night vividly because I was sitting on the couch in my room, and I had just put in the disc for BioShock into my Xbox 360.
Wow.
And I
reference there.
I didn't know. Here's why it's important. I didn't know what BioShock was. I just thought it was a single player video game.
Right.
So I'm starting the campaign. I'm playing through it, and it very quickly I realized that this was like a horror style game. Like there was a moment where there were mannequins, and I'm in the middle of the night in my room alone, and my room was in the basement, and it freaked me the fuck out. So I was like, I got to do anything else. So
no more of this game.
I grabbed a children's movie, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Okay.
Or something like that. And I put that in. And I'm just like watching this movie, trying not to be terrified anymore. And then someone knocks on my window, and I'm like, oh my God, it's happening again.
The mannequins.
And even though I was in the basement, like the way the house is set up is like, if you look at it from the front, it's a 1-story. If you look at it from the back, it's a 2-story.
Yeah. So
right outside my room is an exit door. And I went out to the exit door, and there she was. And I didn't ask her what she was doing there. She just kind of laid down with me. We watched this movie, and then I think she thought, okay, this guy's too much of a coward to make a move or something, because she just left without saying anything.
Whoa.
And I was like, okay.
Dude, there's a couple times when I was in high school where I had a couple opportunities and I kind of chickened out a bit, man. With like chicks that were like, I thought were way above my level.
That's what would happen to me.
Dude.
It's like there would be like these moments or these advances, and I wouldn't capitalize because I would be like, I don't know what's going on.
Chickened out, dude. Yeah. Fucking bitched out.
Yeah.
Dude, I can remember this one girl. You gonna cut these names out or what?
Just say the initials.
Well, I don't know if you know my class that well.
Well, then why would I know them by the name?
Now I'm trying to think of her first name. I only remember her last name.
Oh, that's interesting. Just give me the last letter of the last name. Or the first. That'd be super confusing. Just give me the 4th letter of the last name and maybe the 2nd letter of the middle name.
Oh, you're good. Oh my God.
And the month she was born. It's going to be super helpful.
Why am I not remembering her first name? I'm just going to say it.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the fuck's her first? Yeah. Simple name. Okay. So, one time, I think she was this just girl, man. She is the hottest in my class, probably definitely up there. And she had like just got done dating like an older dude who was like a senior probably, and like I don't know, he left, they broke up, some shit. So then her and I were talking for a bit, and she invites me over to her house, and we're, you know, like watch a movie or something, and then we cuddle up like close, you know, like we're laying, she's in front of me, like I'm like, hopefully she doesn't feel this little boner that's coming out now, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I was like, dude, if I definitely had every opportunity to do something there, and I didn't. And then of course she ends up like dating another dude, and there the story goes. But man, there's definitely a couple times I bitched out, man.
Yeah.
If you had a time machine, do you think you would go back to those moments and try to like be like a badass? Or you think that?
I think I would take advantage of those moments. I think that, I think I'm glad that I didn't take advantage in those moments.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Because I would much rather have not done something, and then like had done something, and like now it's this huge weird drama in school. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I gotcha. You would pick the bitch move.
I did pick the bitch move or whatever.
Yeah. And then when you had the chance to change it, you still bitched out.
Yeah. No, that's
double time.
I feel like that's super alpha Chad Omega play.
And now we're stuck with our women, man. We're
stuck. Are you? That's how you see it? You see it as being stuck? It's the most liberating thing ever, not having to chase a girl in a playground and pin her down. You know how stressful that was? They're so fucking fast. You want to be running around out there still?
No, I forgot. Those were some stressful times.
It's awesome.
I don't think I went so far as like tackling girls, but there was one time I remember a chick got real pissed at me that I had a crush on because I had I don't know why. We were at her house or somebody's house, friend's house, and they had some like hair coloring thing that you just spray, and it was just temporary. And I fucking sprayed her hair, and then she got so pissed she like never talked to me again. Dude. Oopsies.
They're so temperamental.
I know. Apparently.
That's insane.
I know.
You should dye your hair. You got like nice blonde hair. You can make it blue or pink or something.
I could do whatever I wanted, but the problem is everybody wants the blonde. I mean, why change that? Especially like, you know, if you're like a Hitler or something like that.
Yeah. No, there was definitely a whole nation of people that liked the blonde.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
Let's build that nation. I need to keep reproducing.
Obviously, you remember your first sexual encounter, right?
Yes. Oh, that just reminded me of another funny story, too. I'll bring that up next, I guess. But as far as, like, first like, sexual encounter was... I remember my first girlfriend, and the funny thing is we just made out, and it got to, like, stage 2... But even then, dude, I was so fucking nervous. She started going down on me, and I had like a half chub, not like a full chub.
Oh, yeah.
I was like so like deathly like worried or something, you know, like, and it was just the nervousness kicking in. I couldn't fucking like really even
perform.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Super embarrassing because I remember like I was at my friend's house when this was happening. I think he had a girl over too, and we're both fucking macking on him. And you know we're trying. Like I can't brag now. Like dude, I think I'm fucking gay or something, man. Like she's sucking my dick and I couldn't get a boner, and then
and he's like, well, maybe you are. He starts sucking your dick. Rock hard.
You start playing gay chicken.
Rock hard.
No, I obviously didn't say I'm gay, man. I'm joking right now, but I was genuinely worried at the time, though. Like, dude, I'm not that I was gay, but I was like, something's wrong with.
I know.
Something's wrong with my dick or something, man, or I'm just a bitch or something. Like she was going down on me, and you know, but then I got another girlfriend, and things were smooth sailing after that. I think it was just the first nervousness had to get out of there, man. I don't know. I got a funny story too. Does that remind you of anything back in the day?
The first time that I had sex was super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I laid.
I remember. That's a separate story. I was kind of doing the first stage 2, but go on.
I'm just gonna say it's a very short story.
Mine was too, man.
I laid flat on my back. And she was on top, but not in like a cool way. She was like on top, laying on top of me with her head buried in the like pillow next to my face.
Oh, that's how I like it. You don't gotta look at her face.
And I'm staring at the ceiling and like taking note of like the cracks in the ceiling and stuff. Yeah. And
get some repairs up here.
I am just thinking like the whole time I'm thinking, this is very uncomfortable for me. I know it's uncomfortable for her. It's got to be. And I'm thinking, I remember this thought specifically. This is supposed to end quicker. Like I was like begging myself to just come. Like first time supposed to be fast. This is going way too long.
You're just thinking, overthinking.
And then it ends. She walks away, and then I just remember sitting there like, that's what this is all about. It was awesome.
Oh, it's so awkward, man. My first time, which this is like girlfriend number 2-ish or 3-ish, but like first real like official girlfriend. And I remember fucking finally, like, it's gonna happen. Like, this day has been like, dude, like, it was couple months in the making, probably, of like,
oh, you guys were together for a while,
like trying to work this thing and finally make this thing going. And tonight's the night for whatever reason. And all I can remember is like, I got the condom on, which was a fucking figuring that out.
Still don't know how to put those on. Every time I struggle. It's like I'm supposed to pinch this in the middle, and then roll it down, and I'm always rolling it the wrong way. Like,
you put
why
it
the
on
fuck
backwards
would
at
it
first?
roll?
God damn it! And all I can remember is like after that, it was pretty much just like trying to figure out where to put it, and then once I figured it out, it was just a mean, forceful entry.
Oh, God.
Boom!
Jesus.
And then followed by like a scream of pain, not by me, by her, obviously. And then I was pretty much done. Dude. So the first time was terrible and awkward, man.
Yeah.
It was like I don't even know if I got 2 pumps in, man. It was like I found it, and then we're done, dude.
I would have killed for a quick release. Like, you had a beheading, I had a torture.
Oh, man. The funny story reminded me, bringing up all these funny, past girlfriends and shit. That same chick, after, now we're rocking and rolling and things are we're having a lot more fun. This is more frequent now.
Yeah.
One night we're chilling, every night we'd have the basement to ourselves, and her parents would be up here, and we'd always be at her house, and always just chilling, watching TV down in the basement. And one night we decided we're gonna start getting hot and heavy, but like her parents are still upstairs, so we don't know like how we can get away with this or whatever, but we decided we started with obviously just taking our pants off. We still had our shirts on. We were like still watching, like almost just like cuddling together still, but we're like taking each other's pants off. And then her mom starts walking down the stairs, dude. And we had this blanket over us, over both of our naked asses, man. And we're just trying to pretend like we're just watching TV, and her mom comes to the other couch and just sits in and starts talking to us about some shit that she has to do, or about the next day or some shit. And I am sweating fucking buckets.
And for some reason, I'm harder than I ever have been.
So I started hitting her a little. So I find the hole. No, anyways, luckily, her mom has a little conversation, then walks back up the stairs. I did not get laid that night, I'll tell you that. We ended up both putting our pants back on. But
yeah,
that was, I can't imagine, like, I mean, you have to notice me too, because I sweat a lot.
Yes.
That's the thing, dude. I don't know if it's because of wrestling all these years, but even now, like, you can, like, I got pit stains already, man.
The last podcast episode, you jumped up, you showed the back of your t-shirt, and there is a wet spot on your ass.
I'm serious, man. I have the worst swamp ass, worst fucking pit stains every day you fucking see me. So I can't imagine, man. Like, I must have been just visibly just like, are you okay over there? Yeah. Oh my God.
Later on, with the girl that I had the first encounter with, yeah, like you say, it does.
It sounds weird when you say first encounter.
It gets more normal.
You and tackling these women and encountering them.
So there was a point.
At least you don't call it entanglement.
In our sexual encounters. Just keep using that
Escapades.
word. That she said she thought it would be hot if I moaned. Okay?
Whoa.
She wanted me to be more vocal.
Because before you were just like...
Before I was silent, staring at the ceiling. Laying on my back. Don't fucking move. If you move, it'll ruin it.
I'm doing good.
So, I had a bunch of friends came over, dude.
Oh my God, dog. Did you just fart?
Oh, God.
Dude, did you just fart? You stink.
That's rough.
You smell
R-U-F-F.
Dude. Oh, dude, you stinky.
The dog has gassed us out.
Dude. You're just going to crop dust us and keep laying there. You looked up, you're like, yep. How was that taste?
Okay, so she tells me to moan. This is like, I try it out, and I go, okay, that didn't feel like a charade.
Can you give me a little moan, like a little hint of what this looks like here?
Anyways.
I'm just trying to get a good picture here of what this looks like.
Oh, you want me to moan?
Was it like this? Or
that'll come up later in the story, because the moaning is an important bit of the story. I'm hanging out with her.
How do you like that, baby?
We have a couple friends come over, right? So ES comes over along with his girlfriend, and Jay comes over along with his girlfriend, and we are planning to go out. So I tell them to, like, go wait for us at the car, and we go inside to have, like, a quickie real quick.
A real quick quickie.
And this is like day 2 of I'm a moaner now.
Oh, boy.
And I am, like, honestly, I probably sounded like I sounded insane. That's all I know is, like, I haven't, like, perfected the way this is supposed to sound, and I'm making all these moans. And we finish, we get outside. I realize that the window's open. Because my friends, the 2 male friends, pull me aside. And I remember the first thing ES said to me. Like, he had me by the shoulder, and he's like, dude, what the fuck was that? I've never made another sound since.
Oh, now I'm so curious about what it sounded like, man. That's hilarious. What the fuck was that? You're louder than her, bro.
100%. 100% I was.
Oh, my God. That's so crazy. Why would she ask you to moan? You must have been so stone-faced before, man. It was fucking freaking her out, dude.
You're scaring me. Can you give me a little feedback? A little feedback would be useful here.
You gotta move your face, at least.
Move your limbs. You're always just laying there like a plank.
Every time we have sex, you just lay there. I don't.
I've counted all of the cracks on your ceiling.
You need some repairs in the corner over there. Dude, the last chick I was with in college, all of my roommates hated it, man, because she was a howler.
Okay.
Almost. I can remember, like, my buddy, my roommate, he's like,
what are you doing to her?
Like, he could hear that we'd get started. He's like, fuck, man. Then he told me, like, I heard you're getting started, so I left the fucking house, and I could still hear you guys 2 blocks down the road.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I felt good about that one.
See, if only a friend would have taken her aside, put her hand on her shoulder and said, girl, what the fuck was that?
She was getting a little bit of the hammer time.
Dalton. It was her. It wasn't you. Right? Because otherwise, every girl would be making those noises, not just this one.
No.
Why should you become French all of a sudden? No. Oh, monsieur.
My romantic side is very French, obviously. Maybe it's at that time I finally figured out my groove, I think it took a few years before you figure out, where the G-spot's at.
Oh, okay. And the reason your current relationship doesn't make those noises is because you've lost it again.
I forgot to tell you, I'm with the same chick.
Oh. Your poor neighbors, dude. You live in an apartment.
It's bad, man, yeah. The family's all around us.
Yeah, just children learning about the birds and the bees because the woman upstairs is screaming.
Why does our neighbor keep saying he's going to punch the kitty later?
That's what you say? You shouldn't say that. That's what you say?
Man.
The kitty screams so loud.
Why does our neighbor keep hurting that nice lady? One
time, with the same girl from the previous stories, and actually one of the same friends, ES. ES had told me to say something that he found funny, or he said it as a joke to me, and later that day, or maybe the next day, we're going at it, and like, since I wasn't moaning anymore and I wasn't giving feedback, fuck. I do remember the start of the story, so I'm gonna have to restart. So, no more moaning. This girl says that she wants dirty talk.
Oh, okay. We're up in the ante
This
now.
girl wants dirty talk now. And again, this is not only my first sexual encounter. Like, I don't know what to say. I still probably barely know what to say.
I was gonna ask that next thing because I think dirty talk is very important.
It's very complicated too.
It's definitely complicated because you could fuck it up, but if you got some of the right words, you can get her going, man.
So I reach out to my buddy ES about this, and he said, I know what you should say. And he tells me, so the next time me and this girl are going at it, I go, oh yeah. I said, you like that? You like it when I fuck you with this big hard pee-pee?
No, you didn't.
And as pee-pee came out of my mouth, I collapsed. I fell on top of her laughing hysterically like a lunatic. And she pushed me off her. And she left the room. And I couldn't gather myself. I just kept laughing.
That is the cringiest thing that's ever happened on this channel. Even after the cringe video.
I didn't think it was a good idea. Elliot told me it as a joke because I was looking for advice and he was like, "You should say this," and we laughed together. And then I did say it because I thought she would also find it funny, and that is not how that went.
My brain works the same way, dude. Like. I will go for the funny thing all the time, even though it's probably not the right thing to say.
Super inappropriate.
Oh, I will always go for the funny, though. That's great, man. So, since we're on the topic of all this racy material, it reminded me this last week here, maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I know you told, I don't know if you, I think on this podcast you told a story about how you saw your neighbor's boobs. You were walking around and shit. I almost had something similar, okay?
Okay.
So I'm walking Brindley outside at, this is pretty late at night too, 9, 10 o'clock. And I'm walking around the corner because I'm going to I grab something out of my truck while I'm, taking her out to the so she can go to the bathroom. And I have these neighbors right on the corner of me that there's 2 gay guys and 2 lesbian chicks.
They live in the same place?
They live in the same apartment. And I honestly do not know the lesbian chicks. I've never talked to them. I've actually talked to the gay guys a bunch of times because they have a tiny little corgi, and when he runs outside, then Brindley finds them, and then they run together. So I've talked to these guys a bunch. They're teachers. I know a bunch about them. Don't know anything about these other chicks besides that they're lesbians, and that these guys mentioned that they live with them. But I've seen them, and I know they're hot.
And I hope this story is going where I think it is.
It's probably not as good as you wish, but anyways. So this night, a week or 2 ago, I'm walking Brindley, and one of them is pretty visibly taking a shower, and the shower is right next to the window. But these windows are kind of blurred.
Okay.
But as I'm walking around, all I can see is just the perfect silhouette like this, and then just the perfect side boob and silhouette of a body and everything. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. And I walk to the truck and get my thing, and then walk back, peeking and seeing if I get another glimpse or whatever. And then I get upstairs and I'm like, yeah, I gotta get something else out of my truck. I totally forgot. And then, come on, Brindley, we gotta go back outside. I try again, and this time she's done with the shower or whatever. I'm like, oh, shoot, I missed it.
You're like, I don't think you were clean enough. You missed the spot.
No, here's the bad part. I swear the next day or two, I walk around the corner, and now there's a towel covering the window. So I think she fucking knew I was walking around creeping outside, thinking she could probably see a silhouette of me in the fucking right in front. Just fucking watching, dude.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
I don't know if I've told this story.
Oh, no, now we're going down that road.
On the podcast. But I watched 2 neighbors have sex fully.
Ooh.
So
I've only seen a sex encounter once in my life at a hotel. You can go
now
on.
You're calling it an encounter.
I did. Anyways, go on.
Oh, anyways, I was shutting the blinds in this back bedroom of this apartment. And the way this apartment was is the backs of the buildings were very close together. And as I'm shutting the blinds, I can see up into the second floor window. They are their window is fully open. It might have been a sliding glass door. It was a big window. And it's right into the bedroom. And I see this naked chick. Now, I need you to understand that this was a Native American, and she was also very round. As was her boyfriend, who came out a few seconds later, also naked. And she lays down, face down on the bed, and he just sits there and he's going at her like doggy. and I watched the whole thing. Dude, after a couple minutes, it was over, and they were both just covered in sweat. And I couldn't look away. It wasn't like one of those things where it was like, oh, the hot neighbor's running around topless. It was like primal. It was like Discovery Channel shit. It was wild.
I can remember there was one time that I've seen people fucking. I'll say that in a second. But you also remind me there's one time where I was at a party and this couple that you probably know these two actually. They had like snuck away, and I was like, "What the fuck are these guys doing?" And I went over there, and then I heard them fucking, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So, dude, it's the same thing. It's like, dude, I gotta listen on this, man.
I gotta see if he's a moaner.
And what surprised me the most was I've never. They're going at it, and out of nowhere, she's like, "Stick it in my ass." And I was like, no fucking way, man. Dude, and at this time, I'm like, not even close to that area in my relationships. Like, I just figured out the first one. Like, trying to get to that second one is like, for me, it's like, that's a whole new road, a new route, a new journey that's going to take a long time to figure that out, you know?
Yeah.
And so at this time, I was like, "Oh my god, dude, this chick is a fucking sleut." I don't know, man. But
that's so funny.
The story, I had to listen in on it, man. It just reminded me. I was like, "There's no way I'm not gonna fucking listen to this." But the time I saw people fucking was at a hotel, and it was one of those times where it's like, I don't know, everybody's got windows and you can almost see shit.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget this because it was a dude railing a chick from behind, and the dude didn't take off his button-off shirt. It was button-up shirt, no pants, hitting her from behind.
A businessman.
I was like, damn,
all
dude,
business.
This guy he's just working all day, and he didn't have time to fucking take his shirt off, man. He's got
a Zoom call later on.
He was probably doing the Zoom call.
Just a laptop on her back.
Well, I'll never forget that, man. I've never fucked a girl and kept the button up. I've always taken the shirt off, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't recall a time where I did that. That guy, he's a hero in my book.
That's the only
He's either a hero or he's just ashamed of his body and he didn't want to show it off. You know, like, fuck it, you don't want to look at this.
He's got just weird tattoos.
Yeah. Or tattoos of his past girlfriend.
Yeah. A full, realistic portrait.
Yeah, I got to keep my shirt on. Sorry.
It would have been wild if you're hearing your friends have sex and it turns out that she is super into you, so she makes him pretend to be Dalton, and she's calling him Dalton the whole time.
Well, it was so much more confusing because even to go deeper into the story, this chick actually ended up becoming like a fucking stripper. Okay. And I haven't seen her or talked to her in years. So I was always kind of friends with her too, but who knows what she's doing now, man? I mean, she could be in the damn porn industry for all I know.
We'll find out.
We could definitely start doing some research. We'll figure it out. I'd love to know. Let me look at my notes here. I thought I had one more thing here.
I think, you know what? This is a perfect... We stayed on one topic the whole episode. We closed it out.
That was
there.
a solid topic. Yeah. That was a good one.
We'll save everything else for next podcast. Keep the people in suspense. Everybody, thanks for watching. Like it. Sub to it. All that stuff.
Wow, dude, you're a sellout.
A sellout?
Yeah.
Oh, don't do those things then. Fuck you. Actually, fuck you.
Thank you. God, have some integrity. Jesus. Dislike this video, actually.
Don't dislike this video. We made a whole video about you should dislike the video, and it has ruined our like ratio still.
Still.
That video is so disliked. It has ruined our. It doesn't matter. We'll see you later.